Today we've got some exclusive confirmations for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, including some bad news about the port, and I've also got plenty more to share about the whole iPhone 15 series. So first story of the day, before we get into the iPhone 15 Pro Max, we've got more confirmation from leaker Unknowns21 that the iPhone 16 series is going to be upgrading to a 6.3 and a 6.9-inch display, and this is the first increase that we've seen in a very long time. Now, we've also got news from Nikkei Asia that Apple are lessening their reliance on Samsung displays, and they're actually going to be mass producing their own displays for these future iPhones. Now, this means that we're no longer going to be getting OLED displays on the iPhones, and Apple are going to be producing micro LED displays, but this means that we get higher brightness, decreased power consumption, and a higher contrast ratio when compared to an OLED. Now, a great way to protect your displays is today's video sponsor, the Case-Q Magic Stand. The Case-Q Magic Stand not only looks great, but it provides incredible protection for your iPhone, and it's a case that protrudes 2.5mm past the camera lenses and the display. Thanks to its lightweight materials, it only adds 2mm of thickness to your iPhone, and thanks to its hidden stand, it allows you to prop your phone up at any angle between 40 and 120 degrees. It's also got a 48-piece magnet in the center of the stand, and this supports all of your favorite MagSafe chargers and accessories. They're available in lots of different color choices and available for most of the recent iPhones. They now accept Klarna payments, which means that you can buy now and pay later, so you can receive the product and check that you like it before making the payment. Now, of course, the links are in the description, so go ahead and check them out now. Now back to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. We've got news that the camera layout is changing, and this is in order to accommodate for the new periscope zoom camera. Leaker Unknowns21 tweeted to tell us that the ultra-wide and the telephoto are swapping positions, and this is because more internal space is required for the 6x periscope zoom camera, and because of this, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the only model with a telephoto camera. The iPhone 15 Pro is not going to be getting a periscope camera, and it's going to stick to a 3x telephoto, and the non-Pro models won't have any telephoto cameras, but they will be getting an upgrade to a 48-megapixel primary camera, according to analyst Jeff Poo. One thing he also mentions here is that new reports are saying there could be a delay in the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus, and this is thanks to the addition of the new 48-megapixel primary. Next up, I've received some information along with some CAD from an anonymous source, and this clears up a lot of unknown information about the iPhone 15 Pro Max. First up, it confirms that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is going to have more rounded corners than its predecessor, but it may not be as curved as we first thought. It's only very slightly rounded on the border, and I expect this is to keep the square look of the iPhone, but make it more comfortable to hold in the hand. The iPhone 15 series will be switching to USB Type-C, but it also is going to include the Made for iPhone certification that's required to operate at full speed. While the European Union have raised objections and formulated new regulations to combat it, they won't be taking effect just yet, so they're not going to prevent the Made for iPhone certification for the iPhone 15 series. The solid-state buttons are definitely not happening anymore, neither is a unified volume rocker, but we will be seeing an action button instead of the mute switch. Now, the new action button is going to be utilized for new functions, and I'm being told that currently you can long press it to take photos and double-click it if you want to take screenshots, and there's hopefully going to be a lot more customization around this new button. We also get much thinner bezels on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but the display size remains at 6.7 inches. Now, Shrimp Apple Pro recently tweeted to show an aluminium mold of the iPhone 15 Pro, and this matches up with exactly what I've seen in the CAD. When it comes to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I've created these 3D renders here to show you exactly what it's going to look like. Now, of course, we get the new A17 Bionic, and we also get an upgrade to 8GB of DDR5X RAM, and iOS 17 is hopefully going to bring plenty of new features, including more use for the dynamic island, which is now going to be included on all 4 models of the iPhone 15. Now, with the official launch set for September, we're no doubt going to get more and more information as we approach it. At the moment, it's still far too early to be giving any details on pricing, but of course, as soon as any information comes in, I'll be sharing it straight away. But that's it from me today, so make sure you subscribe and follow so you don't miss a thing in the future.